Hi and welcome to this new timeless reading. Let's take a look at what frequency is now ready to activate an anchor, and it's going to be in 3 cards. The first one is the details, the second one is what can be released, and the third one is advice. So let's check it out. And we have the Two of Swords, and in the Two of Swords I'm getting again timeline split. I got this in a reading not so long ago, and it seems to be another one. And this one is twofold. In the first phase, if you will, it's with yourself. It's probably going to be some kind of a review, longer or shorter depending on who you are, but we kind of are in this window of doing some kind of review on who we've been in the past, and I'd say all the way up to 2013, yeah, and up until now 2025, and see how much we've changed, and see if some parts of back then are still kind of active and almost like holding on but not necessary anymore. And it's a process of refinement, and as we integrate energies, it's good because a big part of it happens, I'd say, almost automatically or intuitively. But this aspect is asking us to take an actual look at the real effects of still operating with some outdated aspects of ourselves, just out of habit, or, like not exactly unconsciousness, but that's how you've been doing things for a long time, and you never really had to review that because there was no, let's say, benefit to do it. You just kept operating. But now the benefit is that as you separate yourself from this old version because it served its purpose, you now get to activate your new template. So that's the reason why. And the new template is, if you go back to 2013 for some reason, it's to remember who you wish you were gonna become, and to see where you're at now, and to give yourself a chance to step into and integrate this aspect of yourself and this new way of being that you were wishing for yourself and envisioning for yourself. It's almost like a closure. All the other aspects are coming together, but also there will be a need to shine some conscious physical basic awareness on how you operate, so you can actually choose to activate your new version, and let's say, to some degree, lovingly let go of the other aspect because it was just running by default and was holding you up all the way here. So it really had a really good purpose, but now it's time to switch. And it's not like just gonna happen by itself, in the sense that you get to choose, and a lot of people will not choose that. A lot of people will not choose that, I'd say almost just yet, because they will need to see the, like, let's say, first embodiers activate into a better version of themselves, and then that gives them at least some type of model or template to figure things out for themselves, because not everybody's designed the same to work with energy, and some people are much better at going for the new, and others are better at adopting and sharing and then activating on a different level with the world around them. And now what can be released, and that's the Seven of Cups, and it's not exactly something to release because we covered that in a previous card. It's more remembering the things you wanted to do and the things you were good at, and that's almost like pulling them out of the closet and reconsidering some of those hobbies and traits that you kind of had to push aside the time being, and I'm respecifying that time period from 2013 until now. So those are kind of like I'm seeing like it's almost like you had those visions or those interests activating back then to guide you towards where you're at now in order for this to unravel and activate when the time is right. But it's always been part of you. It's just unfortunately sometimes we have a vision or desire, but it's not the energetics and or context at the time is not conducive to make that reality just yet. But it doesn't mean you're not holding it. So yeah. And now what's the advice? And it's the Seven of Wands. And in the Seven of Wands, it's I'd say like what I'm getting is a first wave, a collective barrier that's breaking, and it's actually like, let's say if it's a bit tricky to embody and to navigate, just remember that you're not alone doing that right now. It's a specific part of the collective that's tapping into this and activating this, but that comes from a lot of energy that's been created for a long time. Let's say like a grid or an egregore that's been created a long time ago, probably since way before 2013, that many people had those dreams and visions and things they want to step into but could not for so many reasons. But that doesn't mean the energy is useless and not going anywhere, because when you wish really hard for something, the energy still goes somewhere and gets almost like stored data that you can't read or use just yet. And as your software keeps upgrading, as we get those activations, eventually it unlocks the access, and then you tap into it and it does energize you and activate you, and it does that for a specific part of the collective. And that's pretty much how I see those activations working. As we build the codes necessary, eventually we get some accesses unlocked and then we start seeing the reality around us take shape according to that. So I hope this resonates.